1-3, the police are requesting an ambulance to detail man screaming for one. Inside the Irish Social Club at number 19 Park Street, West Roxbury.
Hi, you're watching the movie Canon. Watch Geo.
Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel, The Movie Canon. I am Giovanni, and this is a very special episode. It's a Star Wars talk episode. So I started this last year, at least as far as like a live stream. So this is technically my second annual Star Wars talk live stream. So I'm calling it Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Live Streams, and maybe next year we'll change it to something else, Revenge of the whatever. But this is it's going to be very similar to the Met Report and my Figures Talk show, but combined into one. What I used to do last year on the Met Report is that I had both of those components in there. So this is what Star Wars Talk is going to be about. But of course, everything Star Wars, since it is May the 4th. So again, I'm sure you've heard this all day long, but May the 4th be with you guys. May the Force be with you guys today. So thank you so much for joining me. It is May 4th, 2024. And I do have a few guests here that are joining me. Star Wars fans like myself. I would say some of these guys are even bigger Star Wars fans than I am. So I'm very excited to have them on here. And there's actually quite a few things that we're going to talk about here today. We have the Phantom Menace 25th anniversary. We'll talk about that for a little bit. There's a lot of Hot Toys figures that were announced this week, and a lot of them actually last week as well. So we'll talk about that as well. And we'll play some games. And then, of course, we have the Funko Pop giveaway that I announced a few weeks ago. So the way that you enter that particular giveaway, make sure that you actually go to the other live stream that I did last week. I put the link in the chat. So go to that video and comment if you're a subscriber or a follower to the Movie Canon. Because what I'm going to do at the end, I'm going to go to one of those sites that just randomly selects a comment, and it's going to be from that video. So make sure that you do that if you want to actually win the Funkos, which I'll get into that in just a bit here. But let's go ahead and bring in my Canon Council, as I like to call it. Like I said, big Star Wars fans here, so I'm very excited to have them. So this particular guest here for today, he has been on here on my show, The Met Reports, several times. I know he's a huge Star Wars fan, just like all of us here. So I'm going to bring in Mr. Alex Montano. Mr. Alex, how are you doing?
Hello, my friend. Good. A little sick, but I'm good.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I'm glad you're here.
Got a bit of a cold, but all good. Good to see you. It's been a while.
I know it has been. I think the last one was the Oscars video or the live stream. Yeah. So it's been a while. It's been like a couple months now. So I'm glad you're back here, Alex.
Yeah, good to see you. Good to see you. I've been busy, but I'm glad to be here.
Yeah. Well, thank you so very much here. And our next guest here, he has been on Figures Talk, but not any other of the shows that I do, not any of the movie shows yet, but you know him as Mr. Dan the Bat Fan. How are you doing, Dan?
What's up, guys?
So a big Star Wars fan as well. Probably, I don't know this answer. I don't know the answer to this question, Dan, but are you a bigger, and I think I know the answer to this, but are you a bigger Batman fan or Star Wars fan? Or would you say it's about the same?
It's 50-50, I would say.
Oh, it's just about the same. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being here again, Dan. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciate it. And then lastly, definitely not least, this individual, he actually has been on my show on my channel before. It's just not the live streams that the way I'm doing it now, but he has been on here before. And let's bring in Mr. Aaron. Aaron, how you doing?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm doing well now. Like I said, all you guys are big Star Wars fans, and something that I didn't mention earlier, I'm planning a giveaway, a video game, a Star Wars video game that's supposed to be released in August, in late August. So I'm gonna do this giveaway if my Canon Council is successful in winning this Star Wars trivia game, which collectively I think they'll be able to do it. I think all you guys, maybe even one of you guys individually could probably take care of these questions. But if you guys win, you will unlock this Star Wars game giveaway for the fans or for the viewers. And we'll give you guys more details about that a little later. So again, thank you so much, guys, for being on here. And let's go ahead and there's a few comments in there. So let's go into that right now. Okay, so the very first one is from Mr. Austin Nicholas dropping by saying, hey guys, can't stay long, about to leave to watch The Phantom Menace. So thank you so much, Austin, for being on here. Austin Nicholas has great content, figures, collections and vlogs and things like that, so make sure to check his channel out. Mr. Austin Nicholas, he's been on my show, the Horror Talk Show, and Figures Talk as well. So thank you so much, Austin. And then Mr. Danny Spotchka, hey guys, would have joined you guys today, but had to work. May the 4th be with you all. So thanks so much, Mr. Danny Spotchka, who is my current Figures Talk champion. Thanks so much, Danny. And where'd you get that? Dropping by here's Mr. Cody. Thank you so much for being here as well. Usually on here on the live chats, so greatly appreciate it. Darren Wardle, same thing. Hello there, Mr. Darren Wardle. Again, thank you so much for being here. And beware the Revenge of the 5th. So that's tomorrow. So yes, definitely, right? Tom V. Layton saying fun stuff here. Yes, most definitely, Mr. Layton. I don't think I've seen you on the live chat before. So thanks so much for being on here and welcome. Austin Nicholas saying get to feeling better, Alex. Yes, definitely, Alex.
Thank you.
And a total stormtrooper for joining us today for this Star Wars talk. Austin Nicholas saying that Dan rocking that clean cut. Yes, he is, Mr. Dan, the Bat fan. Y'all better win it for us fans, says Austin Nicholas. So the pressure looks like it's on already. So I'm sure you guys are not gonna have any issues with the trivia. I'm very confident with that, right? So all right, so let's go ahead and get started with the very first thing here. Oh, I mentioned this earlier, right? So we have this Funko Pop giveaway, unfinished C-3PO, and then we have Luke from Empire, a Funko Pop giveaway as well. Make sure that you went to that link and you commented on there, and then at the end I'll select one, and then whoever is chosen, obviously they'll be the winner. Make sure that you're a subscriber to the Movie Canon or are following the Instagram page, and you must have a mailing address within the United States. All right, so let's get started here. The first thing here is the Japan 2025 Star Wars Celebration, which is happening on April 18th through April 20th, 2025. So the tickets went on sale, I think it was yesterday, or no, Thursday, and the 3-day event is already sold out. I'm sure the more expensive one, I don't know if that one's already sold out. My initial plans a year ago was to go to this, but then I also considered that situation might be different in a year, in 2 years, and I don't believe I'm going to be able to go, and I didn't get tickets. But I think, Mr. Alex, I know you've been to Japan before.
Yeah.
And again, the Star Wars fan. So were you, first of all, did you get these tickets for this event?
I haven't, but I want to. But I honestly, I think that if I go, my birthday is on April 17th. So I might just go for a day and then just enjoy Japan, because I don't want to be locked down in a in a place when you're in Japan. You know, like I know that in a day I can buy a ton of stuff, enjoy, be with fans. But I'm still thinking about it. I don't know. Might be a little expensive because of the season, because it's also cherry blossom season. So
yeah, that's right.
It gets a bit expensive during that time. So, But I might go. Who knows? Hopefully, I'll go.
Yeah, because I really wanted to go. The first time that I went was in 2022 in Anaheim, and it says right here, Jedi Master 1 is already sold out. Yeah, so that one's already gone.
I've only been to one. I went to Celebration 3 in Indiana in 2005.
I mean, in Indiana?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, because I know they
for Revenge of the Sith, and George Lucas was there.
Oh, okay. Wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like I said, I was planning on going this 2022. I only had one day that I went at the Anaheim one, and I had a lot of fun. So I was like, next time I'm gonna go, thinking that maybe hoping that it'll be back in Anaheim. But then it was Europe, and now Japan. So I don't know when it's gonna come back to the States. But yeah, Mr. Aaron, have you been to Star Wars Celebration before?
Yeah, I also went to the 2022, the Anaheim.
Did you do the whole a couple days or just one day? Like
I went 2 days. Saturday was sold out, so I went Friday and Sunday. And
okay.
Yeah, it was great. It's a great event. If you're a Star Wars fan and you've never been, I recommend you go. It's just a real sense of like community and family. You just go there and everybody's positive and loves Star Wars, and it's just really cool. It's just a great time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I got to meet Ewan McGregor when I went. That was cool.
Nice.
Oh yeah, I did too. At that event,
Yeah.
me and my brother met him there, and then Giancarlo Esposito that day too.
Oh,
and
nice.
then I had Ian McDermott and Anthony Daniels sign my Funko, but I didn't actually do a photo op because they're like very expensive. So I was like, I had to pick and choose who do I actually want to meet in person, like take a photo and not get an autographed Funko, or vice versa. So that was the pattern that I did. But are you any plans of going to the Japan one, Aaron?
No. Yeah, no.
You'll wait until it comes back here.
I'll wait till it comes stateside again. Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully it comes back here again. I don't know if they're going to go to another continent. I mean, I don't know what other continent they would go. I don't know if they've ever gone to anywhere besides North America, Europe, and Asia, or Japan. I don't know if they'll go somewhere else. Maybe Australia, maybe? I don't know. But Dan, how about you?
Yeah, I haven't been to any celebration yet. I considered going to the previous one in London, but then, it was pretty expensive, so I passed. But if it's coming back to Europe again, because I live in Germany, then I will definitely go. And but I'm not going to Japan.
How far would that be for you if you live in Germany and then you would go to the London one?
With a plane, couple hours wouldn't be too bad.
Oh, okay. So it's not that far, obviously. But all right. So that's Japan 2025 Star Wars Celebration. Less than a year now. So less than a year. All right, so let's move on to the next one here. So this is the 25th anniversary of Star Wars: The Phantom Menace. Came out on May 19th, 1999. I rewatched the movie theatrically yesterday. So I went to the theater and watched it again. And I haven't seen it in theater since it came out in 1999, 25 years ago. And I mean, I'll always say this when it comes to like my shows or just movies in general. The theatrical experience is obviously the best to watch any kind of movie, and I understand that this movie is not loved, and even when I first watched it, I was disappointed with it, right? So there's a lot of issues with this movie, like a lot of issues. Of course, I would still contend that the best lightsaber battle is in this movie with Obi-Wan, Darth Maul, and Qui-Gon Jinn. I don't think there's been a better one. Of course, there's been some close ones, right? But that would be my favorite. But let's throw this at Mr. Alex Montano. Obviously, you've seen this movie, but what were your initial thoughts when you first saw this movie? 25 years ago?
Dude, I was very disappointed. I was 11 years old. I found it incredibly boring. Like, I couldn't follow it. Like, the pod racing was cool, and obviously the lightsaber battle was amazing. It's my favorite too, from the prequels. I think it was before George Lucas lost his mind and Nick Gillard too, and started doing like all the twirls, and it got a bit ridiculous in Revenge of the Sith with all the things. But I watched it on Thursday too, and I mean, now that we have the sequels, I appreciate it more, and I am like, at least it's a story that George Lucas knew what he wanted to tell, even when it's not his best movie. He had an idea of like, okay, this is where we're going, and this is the story that I want to tell.
Right.
And I enjoyed it. What I didn't enjoy is that everybody was talking in the movie theater, and that I didn't enjoy. But it was a fun. It was fun. It was nostalgic, and it made me tear up a little bit, like thinking, wow, I was 11 years old when I watched this the first time, and now 25 years later, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, like I said, watching it in theaters, it is a obviously better experience.
Yeah.
I mean, it sucks that you were dealing with people talking for some reason.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's always not a that definitely affects your experience there. But let's go to Mr. Dan. Do you remember when you first saw this movie?
It's been a long time because I grew up with this movie. I actually first watched episode 4, so the chronological order, but but then I also watched episode 1 when I was growing up, and I loved it when I was younger, mainly because of Darth Maul and Qui-Gon. I think that's still, to me, the best parts about the movie. And the plot with the whole Trade Federation and Naboo, I don't know about that, but I mean, I still enjoy watching it and going back to it, and I never had a problem with it.
Yeah.
And it's definitely, for me, better than the sequels.
It is kind of funny that it's like now you see the prequels differently after the sequels came out. Yeah. Although, I mean, I didn't hate the sequels. I mean, I will have to say that, but I can understand that there's more connection. There's obviously more of a thought process in the overall story arc from the first entry to the third entry. It's really
it's
like Alex said. Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you so much for telling me that.
No worries.
So like I said, George Lucas had a story in his mind. He delivered it. As far as how he conveyed it on screen, that's a complete different situation, right? But he knew exactly what was going on there, compared to the sequel trilogy, which I thought they had like a story arc from episode 9. To episode 7 to episode 9, but apparently that wasn't the case. So it was definitely very obvious when we got to Rise of Skywalker. But Aaron, your initial thoughts when you first saw this movie, Phantom Menace?
Yeah, I was probably a little older. I was like 14 when it first came out in the theaters, and I went to go see it. And I was like, I was a big Star Wars fan, like, as a kid. Like, I watched the trilogy all the time, and I read the books and stuff, and when this came out, like, I was one of, like, 2 kids at school who liked Star Wars, It was not a thing that everybody loved like it is now. And so the movie came out. I can't say I was disappointed because I didn't have a lot of expectations. I was just sort of like, hey, more Star Wars, and I was cool with it. Is it my favorite Star Wars movie? No, it's not. But I will agree that the lightsaber fight is very cool. Yeah.
Now, do you remember, Aaron? Because I remember this when they I don't remember if it was in a TV show, like maybe like Access Hollywood or one of those movie shows. Because I was a movie nerd even then. They were gonna show like a teaser of the Phantom Menace. And that was like a year before the movie even was supposed to come out. But they had like a trailer, that teaser trailer. That one was already ready to go like a year in advance, if I remember that correctly.
Yeah.
And I was like so excited for that. And it was like, I can't wait for this movie to come out. And I didn't know when it was going to come out. I thought it was going to come out like, it's going to come out in a couple months. And then it said, I think it was 98. So it was like 1999, spring 1999. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, I think they were trying to, because they did the special editions in 97, because that was like the 25th of Star Wars of A New Hope. And so I think they were trying to like keep the momentum rolling after the special edition. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's probably why they did that as kind of like a stopgap between the two, probably.
Yeah, because they were like showing all these scenes. It was like, oh my god! It's like, who's this?
Yeah.
This
And
lady with the white paint? Yeah,
I think that's why I think that was part of it. Is it was all that teaser trailer was all the visuals, right? And there's some very cool visuals in it, right? Like you got Amendo's dress, and you've got Darth Maul with the saber, and right. And I think there wasn't a lot of like what the story was about, and I think a lot of people filled in the gaps on their own, and so they had certain expectations going in and were sorely disappointed.
Yeah. What were your quick thoughts, Aaron, on Little Annie?
I mean, you know, there's a reason that, you know, people don't give serious roles to child actors too often, right? I mean, it's hard to get a great performance out of a kid. I think he did really well given, you know, his age and how old he was. As far as the creative choice to make him 10 years old, it's not the one I would have made, but it's the way George Lucas went. So, you know.
Yeah.
Everybody told him, don't do it. Don't do it.
And I think it affected him.
Never listens. He never listens.
Yeah, it affected him the rest of his life. And here's a little clip that I'm going to show you guys that I always thought was kind of lame, but let me see what you guys' thoughts are on this.
Are you an angel? What?
Okay, but I thought it was like very cringe. And I understand that he's a little kid and everything, but I always thought that line was kind of funny.
I didn't see it.
What was that?
I couldn't see anything.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did you guys see it?
Yeah, I saw it.
I saw it.
Oh, okay. Let me play it one more time.
Are you an angel? What?
Did you see it, Alex?
No, I don't know what's going on.
Oh wow. I don't know what's going on then.
Yeah,
Dan,
I don't know where it is.
Did you see it, Dan?
Yeah.
And then you saw it, Aaron. Okay. Oh, it's just the "Are you the angel?" line with.
Oh yeah, I hate that line. I hate that line. I hate it. Like when I was in the movie theater on Thursday, I was like, oh my god, this will never get better.
Yeah.
But when you see the casting, like there were kids that did it better than him. That it felt more natural, but still, like it's a line of dialogue that it's so hard. It's like when Mark Hamill says that it's impossible to say George Lucas' lines seriously. Like it's so difficult.
Yeah, I totally get that, and I'm not really making fun of the actor. I'm making fun of the dialogue of
it's so
of
hard,
the movie. But it was that was pretty bad.
I hear deep space pilots talking about.
Oh my god. Let me go into live chat because I think there's quite a few on there that I'm piling up here. Let me see here. Debbie Rostelli saying hi all. Hello there, Debbie Rostelli. Thanks so much for being here. Love me, Star Wars. She says. Mr. Brick Artemis saying what is up, fam? Thank you so much, Brick, for being on here. I'm gonna be on his show, The Beagle 6, on Monday nights, 6:30 Pacific time. Yeah, 6:30 Pacific time. So make sure to check that out there. Let's see. Happy May the 4th, says Brick, as Debbie Rostelli as well. Says I've been lost, Debbie. Let's see. Things you guys are just talking amongst yourself there. Yeah, Debbie says, yes, that scene is cringe. Angel line is cringe, says Darren. Storm says, hi everyone. Hello there, Miss Storm. Thank you so much for being here. May the 4th be with you, and definitely. Thank you so much there. Okay, so let me see here. There's a clip that I was going to show, but it has the Star Wars John Williams score in the background. I kind of don't want to risk it, so I'm just going to leave that alone. What would you say was the best part of the Phantom Menace, you know, with all its flaws and its issues? Alex, what would you say was the best part of the Phantom Menace?
Oh man, like putting the battle aside, I think that oddly enough, as an adult, I like the whole politics part. I really like that. I think it's the best part of the whole movie. I think it really sets up the conflict, and you start to, like, as a grown-up, you understand, like, okay, so these people are evil. They're really thinking about themselves. They're not really
Yeah.
caring about other planets. They just want to have control and all that stuff. So I think that for me, that's what stands up the most in that,
Yeah.
which I found incredibly boring as a kid.
Right. It's like, what the hell? What the hell's a blockade?
Yeah,
You know, it's like,
yeah. What is a
No.
Senate? Do people
Exactly.
dining there? What's
the chancellor. What the hell's a chancellor? You know, like all
Yeah.
these things is like when a little kid is like, I don't know what that
Yeah.
is, but and where are the lightsaber scenes at?
yeah, exactly.
Then of course, like I said, we've all said this, Darth Maul,
Yeah.
one of the best parts of the movie. There. How about you, Dan? What would you say is the best part of the Phantom Menace?
I mean, best part, without a doubt, Duel of the Fates. But I must say I also like how it opens up with Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan on the ship, and then escaping. I think that's a cool opening too.
Okay. How about you, Aaron?
Yeah, I think Duel of the Fates hands down, right? It's not even close. I'll also say, like, that aside, I really like Queen Amidala in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
I think her arc in that movie is well done. I think in the prequels, the movies get progressively better and Padme's character gets progressively worse. I think this is her strongest movie, hands down.
Actually, yeah, I would agree with that. Actually, I would completely agree with that. Let's look at the live chat one more time here. Let's see. Brick Arm is saying there are no flaws in Phantom Menace. How dare you? So, oh, how about the pod racing scene? Do you guys think it was too long? What are your thoughts on that? Let's go with Aaron.
Yes.
It was too long.
I think when it came out, you know, I was sort of dazzled by the technology. But I went to go see it in the theater last night again, and I was like, why is this 3 laps? It does feel like it takes up like a quarter of the movie. I just think it's a little too long. Yeah.
Yeah, that was George Lucas showing off.
Yeah.
Like 25 minutes or whatever the
Listen to my Ferrari engines. Listen to this. Yeah.
Right.
Let's see. Darren Waters said the introduction of MAUL says the best part there. And let's see. I love the pod racing scene, says Brick Artemis. So, what were your thoughts on the pod racing scene, Dan?
I think I have to rewatch the movie again to say if it was too long. But for me, like the sound design in that scene is like spectacular. You're so much in the moment. You're just there, and it's hard to top that. But yeah, for me, I don't know. It was never too long, but I guess I just have to rewatch the movie again.
Yeah. And then you want to add anything else about the pod racing scene, Alex?
I like it. I don't find it too long. I find too long the before of the pod racing scene, like the whole Jar Jar Binks jokes and Anakin saying like, "I have a racer, a pod racer." It's like, okay, kid, can we please move forward? Can we do something? But I still enjoy it. I think it's pretty cool. Might be like, now that I think of it, might be a little too long, but the movie most of the time is dialogue, and you need those action parts to help kids, you know, have a better time and not feel like what is a chancellor.
Right. That's definitely true there. We have my cousin Ivan saying happy May the 4th, everyone. Thank you, Ivan. Happy May the 4th to you as well. Thank you for dropping by. Collection Obsession saying, how old is Padme supposed to be in Phantom Menace? And actually, Brick put that in there. 14. Supposed to be 14. So I've read, he says. And I think I read that too. I get those mixed up because Natalie Portman was 17 when she shot the movie. So I always kept thinking that Queen Amidala was also 17 because the actress was. But yeah, I think I did read that she was supposed to be 14 years old.
I just looked it up. I thought she was 16.
Yeah. Let's see. I think I missed another one here. Brick says, I'd rather have pod racing for 25 minutes than the terrible love story for an hour in Attack. So, yeah, there's that too.
That love scene, I don't like Attack of the Clones. So, yeah.
Yeah, the dialogue is worse in that movie for sure. I love Sand. I hate Sand.
Yeah.
Doesn't get worse than it.
I'm dying a little bit since you came back into my life, and it's so bad.
The dialogue still, right? That's still George Lucas.
Yeah.
Mr. Kuso saying happy Star Wars Day all. Thank you so much, Mr. Kuso, for dropping by. Really appreciate it. All right, let's see. Any other thoughts that you have on the Phantom Menace before we move on to something else real quick here?
Do you guys prefer Phantom Menace or Attack of the Clones? I'm just curious.
Phantom Menace.
I would have to say Phantom Menace, yeah. There's things that I like about Attack of the Clones, but I think overall I would prefer Phantom Menace, Darth Maul, Duel of Fates, all that stuff. But yeah, Attack of the Clones is just too much stuff that is like, what? but yeah.
I'm the opposite. I prefer Attack of the Clones.
Yeah.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah, I do. I think other than the love story, which I agree is the dialogue's not well done.
It's so bad.
Yeah, I think other than that, it's a more engaging movie than Episode 1. I sort of agree with Alex. There's a lot of sitting around and like while Anakin fixes the pod racer, and right. I mean the second act of that movie is so long and just drags and drags and drags. So yeah.
Okay.
I would also say for me Episode 2, because like the Camino arc and the Geonosis arena fight.
Yeah.
I prefer that, I must say. But Darth Maul is amazing.
I think Geonosis is solid. The whole third act of that movie is pretty solid. So.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to move on to the next segment here. Let me see if I can show it to you guys. Where is it? So I'm just going to briefly talk about the upcoming projects. Lucasfilm is having. I'm trying to get rid of that ad, but I can't really get rid of it. But so this is from a Screen Rant. So there's these 3 release dates that Lucasfilm has set: May 22nd, 2026, December 2026, and December 2027. And we already heard about the Mandalorian and Grogu movie that's supposed to come out, and I think this is the first one. This is the one that's coming out on May 22nd, 2026. I have a buy, rent, or destroy game that I'm gonna have you guys do with Mandalorian. So keep that in mind. But what are your thoughts on this announcement for this movie? Let's start with Mr. Alex. What are your thoughts on it?
If this announcement had come before season 3, I would be happy. I do not care about these characters anymore. I'm tired of them. I think that they had a fantastic arc from season 1 to 2. I think that what they did with Mando in the Book of Boba Fett was pretty cool. On episode 5, I think it was.
Oh yeah.
It was pretty interesting. It was a good idea. But now that they are back and back together, for me, it's just like I feel that they don't care about the story. They really don't have a story to tell. They only want to make money, and they know Grogu makes money. So yeah, I don't know. Like I don't want to trash talk Star Wars because I know that's what everybody does nowadays. But for me, this is a project that I hope it's cool, but I do not feel that it has a real story to tell anymore. That's it.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm trying not to say if I should do spoilers or not. I mean, it's been out for like a year now. You know how season 3 ends? I mean, it could seem like it's over, right? I mean, to me, it's like that's a finale.
Yeah.
But then they said that they're making the movie, and I mean, of course, I'm gonna watch it. It's Star Wars, but I can't tell you that I'm super excited. Like when I first found out that George Lucas had sold to Disney, and just the simple fact that they were gonna make more movies. That part alone, not as excited as that.
Yeah.
And this, of course, like I said, I'm going to watch it. But yeah, season 3 is definitely the disappointment there. But I mean, it was okay, I guess. But how about you, Dan? What are your thoughts on this Mandalorian Grogu movie?
Yeah, for me, season 3 was also very disappointing. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Day 1, I will be there and see this movie. I think that's normal for Star Wars fans. But yeah, I think like the series, it was often like a monster of the week like episodes, and I wonder like how they're gonna do this in a whole movie. Like what's the plot gonna be, and yeah, how they're gonna make Din Djarin's character interesting for the whole movie.
Yeah.
So I'm curious about that. But yeah, I think like maybe Moff Gideon will be the bad guy again, and I can see how they can do a story for a movie.
Yeah, then there's a whole question about season 4. Like, is that gonna happen, or is that gonna be elements? Because I know what's his face, Jon Favreau. I believe I read that he already wrote season 4. So I don't know if they're gonna just use parts of that and put this into this movie, or they're still doing season 4. That's what we don't really know. But Aaron, what are your thoughts?
It depends on the success of the movie, to be honest.
Yeah. How about you, Aaron?
Well, I agree with what Dan said, where, you know, for Star Wars fans, the default is kind of, I hate this, give me more. You know, like, we're very, we'll go see anything. Yeah, I tend to agree with the rest of the panel. Like, I wasn't that thrilled by season 3 of Mando. I think in order for me to get excited about this movie, they're going to have a really good hook. I'm going to have to see a trailer and it's going to be, I'm going to have to go, oh, okay, yeah, this story looks good. But, you know, I want to see that they have a story to tell with Mando and Grogu. But just based on, hey, do you want more? Nah, I'm not that excited about it. You know what I mean? Like, based on what I've seen already. You know, we'll also see, I think they're supposed to be building into, like, a wider universe, right? Like, I think Mandalorian and Ahsoka and Boba Fett are all going to hook up in a movie eventually, right? Isn't that the plan?
I believe so. Yeah. I think
so
I'm gonna go with that.
You know, we'll see. Maybe season 3 was setting up things that'll pay off later, but as of right now, it's kind of lackluster. So we'll see. I don't know.
Yeah. Let's see. Brick Armor saying there are some good scenes in Attack, but to me, that's where Jar Jar gets too weird. Yeah, more weird than Phantom Menace. Then we have Darren Water saying Rogue One, best Disney feature film. And then we have I see 2 hours of Mando Grogu flashbacks. So wow. Damn. All right, let's move on to the next one here. So the other project that is maybe going to happen is the Rey Skywalker New Jedi Order movie. And with that reaction, let's go to you, Alex. What are your thoughts on this?
I don't know. It's so funny. It's so funny that why did they make that choice? Like, they know everybody hates this character. Everybody hates the sequels. Like, I think there's like a 5% of the population who says like, okay, you know, these movies are great. And they go and give you a movie of Rey. I don't hate her. Like, if I'm honest with you, I do not hate her. I think they did her pretty wrong on episode 9.
Oh yeah.
But I really don't hate her. But this is like, who wants to watch this? Like, who's really like, oh, I want to see more of Rey? Who? Like, I really want to know. Like, I really want. I haven't heard a single person who's like, oh, you know what? Like, I'm dying to see a Rey movie. I'm dying to see what she's gonna do next. Like, I'm dying to see how she's gonna be more powerful than Luke Skywalker. Like that kind is.
Yeah. No.
I'm sorry.
When I first heard this, to me it's like, okay, well, if they want to continue the Jedi Order, I mean, based on how Rise of Skywalker ended, obviously you would need her, right? But the thing is, like, but the sequels were not well received. Even box office wise, it actually went down per every movie that came out. The box office getting lower and lower and lower. I mean, all of them still made over $1 billion, but fewer people were watching it. So I would expect these really to come back to Star Wars, but like, I don't know, like 20 years, 25 years, you know, kind of like they did with Mark Hamill, you know, the original cast, right? But not this quickly. So I was kind of surprised about that, but yeah, but I love your reaction, Alex. Dan, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, this one is not a day one for me. It's the opposite.
I bet you're gonna be there day one.
Nah, not for Rey.
I will be day one.
Yeah, I'll probably be day one.
Yeah, it's just like her character arc, and I don't know who that this movie is for. Can't tell. Don't understand it. And yeah, maybe we have to see some trailer or some images. But for now, not interested at all.
Not interested in a Rey Skywalker led a film, new Jedi Order movie. How about you, Aaron? Are you going to be different?
Oh, I am. Yeah, I'm the odd man out. I'm the one who's excited for this.
Oh wow, okay.
I love Rey as a character. I'm one of 3 people who liked Rise of Skywalker. So yeah, I'm very excited for this movie. Yeah.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Let's see here. There's a couple comments in there. Darren Waters, I love your reaction, Alex. Yeah, same thing. Yeah, same thing. Then Mr. Cruz says, I don't hate her either, but this is a pass for me. I like they asked what no one wants and said make it happen.
Yeah.
So Billy Goat to 126. My cousin is on here. Thanks so much for being here, Chevel. We'll all be there day 1. Let's not bullshit. Yeah, exactly.
I know I'm gonna be there.
Yeah, that's funny.
Can't lie.
All right, so let's see. Ivan saying, I'll take any Star Wars movie at this point. So yeah, there you go. All right, so I think we all talked about this particular project, right? So let's move on to the next one. Unless you want to, anything else you wanted to add, Aaron? Since you were the only one who was seems somewhat excited for.
No, what can I say? Like I know that I'm in the minority, but
that's cool, man. Like
yeah,
every time I hear someone who's like, you know what, I really enjoyed it. I'm like, that's awesome. It's like,
yeah,
that's pretty cool.
I think she's a solid character. I'm interested to see more. You know what I mean?
think that she started pretty good in episode 7. I really liked her.
Yeah.
And then by episode 9, I'm like, I'm not liking what they're doing with her, because she was always like so confused and she didn't know where to go. And by episode 9, like, I know everything that I have to do. And that was for me like,
I totally get why. You know, when people say they don't like her story, they don't like the sequels, I totally get it. It's sort of a jumbled mess.
Yeah.
But I also like lots of aspects of the prequels and characters from the prequels, and the prequels are a bit of a mess, even though they had one dude. You know what I mean? So it's kind of, you know, Star Wars is kind of a cherry picking situation anyways. And
right.
I actually think she was one of the better characters in the sequels. I think she had one of the better arcs. And again, I know I'm in the minority there, but yeah.
But you're not wrong. Like she had a complete arc.
Right.
Other characters didn't have anything. So.
Correct. Yeah. Some characters they hung out to dry. Like, that's the one thing I'll give episode 9 is it was like, all right, well, we're gonna do Rey's story. We're gonna complete Rey's story. Yeah. Even though some of the other characters were sort of hung out to dry.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So thanks for your thoughts there, Aaron. Let's see, where was I here? Darren Water say a new Rey Order will be on Disney Plus. Watch, but not at the cinema. I don't know about that. I think they're going to release it in theaters. Yeah, I think they're going to do that. I'm looking forward to this, says Ivan. So yeah, so that's another person there, right? So I'd be more excited if Lucas had an original story, a standalone. I mean, we've had the prequels that he did there. Says getting hard to trust Disney because they're looking on too much, or what is it? They are taking on too much, but instead of real stories. So yeah, I mean that's kind of an issue with Marvel right now too. So that's kind of a bad situation there. The next one is Dave Filoni's The Mandalorian movie, and I think we already talked about this, right? I don't think there's another project.
Yeah, is this different than the Grogu
same one? That's what I was trying to look into. Because they separated here. So it's spinning out of the Mandalorian and Ahsoka. Because I thought I heard before season 3 of Mandalorian that they were going to have like a movie that's going to have everyone, like Ahsoka and then Mando and all this other stuff. I don't know if this is what they're referring to, but it sounds like it's the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. So I'm just going to move on from this one here. How about this? James Mangold's Dawn of the Jedi movie. So obviously, from what I remember reading of this, it kind of explores the beginning, or like trying to explain, I don't know, like the first Jedi or the Force or something to that effect. So I don't know if I like that idea. But let's throw it to back to you, Aaron. What are your thoughts on this project?
Yeah, I'm excited for this one. For me, the Jedi are the best part of Star Wars, and I know a lot of people have like it's kind of become popular for people to be like, I want to get away from the Jedi. I think the opposite. I think the Jedi are what set Star Wars apart and make it not just another sci-fi movie. It's the unique aspect of Star Wars, and so kind of getting into the lore and where the Jedi started and their first connections with the Force. I think there's a lot of exciting possibilities there. So I'm actually really excited for this movie.
Okay, and then how about the fact that James Mangold's taking care of this or working on this one?
I think Mangold's a fine filmmaker. I think he's had misses, but he's also had hits, right? He's had a lot of good movies too, right? I mean, Logan was an amazing movie, so like I know he has the potential to make great movies. So you know, I'm just until I see something on it, like if I see a trailer that makes me go, like until I see something that makes me think otherwise, I'm just going to be optimistic about it. I'm excited.
Okay. How about you, Alex?
I am looking forward to it. I'm not super excited. I'm cautious because I didn't love what he did with Indy 5. Wasn't the greatest, but I think that the problem there was that he was a huge fan of Indiana Jones and he was trying to follow the steps of Spielberg a little too much. And yeah, that I didn't love. But I think here he has a chance because he's going to a place where no one has gone before, to the beginning, and that gives him a lot of creative freedom. So it's kind of cool, and I know that Disney has outlines of George's like origins of the Force and all that stuff. So he maybe got a chance to read those, and he's gonna take that into consideration for his script, and that's cool because George left a ton of stuff that we could use for upcoming movies. So it's cool, and I really like him as a friend.
Okay. How about you, Dan?
Yeah, I think the concept is pretty interesting. I mean, I can definitely agree with Aaron. For me, like with Star Wars, the Jedi and the Sith are the most interesting part for me, the whole mythology of the Force. So seeing a whole movie about that could be interesting, but yeah, right now I'm also 50-50. Need to see some stuff first. And, yeah. But the concept is pretty interesting.
Yeah, like I'm interested in the going to this era that hasn't been explored in on the big screen, right? So I'm definitely excited for that. James Mangold, like you said, Aaron, done some good things and then not so good things. So he could do something well here. I just don't know what route they're gonna take and if I'm gonna like what they present. So I'm a little concerned about that, but of course, I think all of us will be there day one. So there you go. Let's look at the live chat one more time here. Where is it here? Storm says, I'm curious about the origin, but wouldn't say excited until we know more. Yeah, so that's kind of like how some of us are thinking about that too. I think the next big trilogy should be set in the Golden Age, is what Darren Ward was saying there. Let's see. I'm trying to close these ads that are popping up everywhere here. I was trying to find a site that didn't have that many ads, but it's like every damn site has ads. Yeah. So this is supposed to be a movie. Like I'm kind of confused about this project. Lando, because I heard that it was going to be a movie or a series, and then they said that they were going to work on it, then they're not going to work on it. So I don't know what's going on.
Too.
Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with this, but let's go with you, Dan, this time. What are your thoughts on maybe Lando movie?
Yeah, I mean, Donald Glover in Solo, I mean, he wasn't bad. And I think maybe in this movie they could maybe continue the Crimson Dawn storyline with Darth Maul that was established at the end of Solo. So that could be a huge possibility. But yeah, a whole movie about Lando, I don't know if we need it right now, but yeah, I would be there day one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really super excited about a Lando movie or series, to be honest with you. Like I said, I'll be there, but I'm not really excited for this. How about you, Alex?
I'm excited. If they make it a show, I'm excited for it. Might be cool. if they go to Crimson Dawn, it's an interesting idea, but I don't think it's actually going to happen. I have a feeling this is one of the projects that's going to end up disappearing eventually.
Like all these multiple projects, right?
Yeah, because this was going to be a movie, and then I think they interviewed Donald Glover, and he was like, "Oh, we actually wrote a TV show. We have 8 episodes, and they're fantastic, and we're moving forward with it." And then nothing. And so, yeah, it could be cool. I like him as Lando, but
yeah,
it happens. It happens. I'll watch it, but
not holding your breath. Right?
Yeah.
So, how about you, Aaron?
Yeah, I would just echo the sentiments. Donald Glover's cool. I'm not really excited for a Lando movie, but I'm not against it if they do it well. I agree that I'd like to see them kind of close out the Crimson Dawn stuff that they set up at the end of Solo. I think that would be cool. Getting Darth Maul, getting Kira involved in all of that, I think would be cool. But yeah,
all right.
If there's a good trailer, I'm like, yeah, let's do it. But just base, the concept alone of Lando movie, okay, sure.
All right. They just teased this right after the Phantom Menace. They showed like a quick scene of the Acolyte, and let me see here. Hold on a second. Can you guys hear me? Because I'm trying to. It looks like there's kind of connection. Okay. All right. I was getting a message that the connection's like gone, but looks like you guys can still hear me and see me. So, all right. So the Acolytes, and I mean, I was interested in this when they announced this. I saw the trailer. The trailer was all right. The scene that I saw that came with Phantom Menace, I thought it was cool. They had Carrie-Anne Moss in this movie, and I'm a big Matrix fan, so we have Trinity, right? Trinity looks like she was using her Matrix moves in that scene, right? Her fighting scenes. So I was like, yeah, totally see Trinity right there. And then she's a Force user, and then she has a lightsaber. So I was like, yeah, I'm on here. I'm into this. So it's like, yeah. But my expectations are not high because some of the projects haven't been that great. So let's throw it to Mr. Alex. So what are your thoughts on the Acolyte?
I was excited 2 years ago, not anymore. I found the trailer and the whole story to be incorrect to what was like in Phantom Menace. It said that there hasn't been any sign of Siths during a millennia, and this story takes place 100 years before Phantom Menace. So there's clearly DARKSIDE users there. There's a red lightsaber, and the fact that they're making a show about this and it's not acknowledged in future shows or anything that there was a sign of, dark side of the Force users, it's kind of like, I don't know, they don't pay attention to what was written before their turn to tell Star Wars stories. So that for me makes no sense. If this is going to make sense, they have to kill absolutely everybody in the show by the end of it.
Right.
And that for me is like, I can't take it seriously, and the whole idea behind the show, that I don't want to get into it, but the things that the showrunner has been saying, the cast has been saying, is like, I don't know, man. Like, is that the way Star Wars has to be for it to be successful? I don't think so. So, yeah.
Okay. How about you, Aaron?
Yeah, I also saw the scene. I thought the choreography was cool, kind of like you, right? It was very like, I don't know, like kung fu movie style, right?
Right.
Yeah, which I think is kind of cool. Yeah, I'm sort of interested in seeing stuff from a dark side perspective. Probably my favorite Star Wars book is Darth Plagueis, and one of the best things about that book is it kind of pulls the curtain back and you get to see like things from the perspective of the Sith. And so I think I'm excited by that prospect with this show, but I can see where Alex is coming from. I don't know. At this point, I'm gonna just sort of say like, we'll see what they do as far as continuity. We're gonna see what writing devices they have to fit it into continuity, or if they fail at fitting it into continuity. I don't know. But not having seen the show yet, I can't say, well, it absolutely breaks continuity, because I don't know yet. So I don't know. I'm sort of excited to see the dark side stuff, but other than that,
Okay.
Yeah.
How about you, Dan?
Yeah, for me it was when I first heard about the show, I was pretty excited and yeah, already made up some stories in my head. But then, like when I saw the trailer, a little bit of that excitement was gone. Yeah, I thought it would be more like the Sith being really in the background and plotting, but from the trailer, like fights in broad daylight, and I don't know, like I imagined it a little bit different. And yeah, what I'm excited about is the fight scenes, because like I read that they did a fight scene and they claim it's better than the Duel of the Fates fight, and I mean that's a big claim.
I know. Right.
So
yeah, not sure about that, but I guess we'll see.
I mean,
They have to say that. They have to say that.
Right.
yeah.
Try to sell it, right?
Uh,
Let's see here. Where is it? The Acolyte looks like it could be fun, says Storm. And then we have, I think this could be good, says Debbie Rosselli. And come get me and we'll go, Debbie. So let's see here. Sounds like a plan, Storm. All right, so you guys are making plans to watch the Acolyte together. That's pretty cool. Okay, so now let's move on to the next one here. I'm just going to try to move these pretty quickly. Skeleton Crew, Jude Law, the new addition to the New Republic era of Star Wars TV shows. And I think they just mentioned, I think either today, I believe it was today, that it's coming out in December. I don't know much about this, to be perfectly honest with you. I think it's set after the original trilogy, if I'm not mistaken. But Alex, what are your thoughts on this?
I have no idea what this show is going to be about. I have literally no clue. I just remember seeing Jude Law in a panel and here's a cast and they're cool. That's all I know. I hope it's good. That's all I can say. I hope it's good.
Okay. Because I know John Watts is, I think he's the showrunner of this show, if I'm not mistaken.
really?
The guy who directed the MCU Spider-Man movies.
Oh, I didn't
so-
know it was his.
Yeah, so he's involved in this, and so I'm interested in that. But like I said, I don't know anything about this, not really. But how about you, Dan? Any thoughts on this?
Me neither. I didn't know about this, to be honest.
Oh, you didn't even know about the project at all?
No.
Oh, okay. Because I think they brought it up or mentioned it last year in Celebration in Europe, but they didn't have much information either. I want to say that they showed something, but I don't know if that's true because it's been taking them that long to release this, because it's going to come to the end of the year, and that Celebration in Europe was over a year ago. But I don't know.
Yeah.
How about you, Aaron?
Yeah, they haven't released a lot about it. They did talk about it at Celebration last year, and the thing that I remember them mentioning is that it's basically going to be a very like young person led show, almost like Stranger Things. So it's going to be like Jude Law and a bunch of kids, is what I gather.
Oh, what the hell? Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know. It does, by the way, say right there that it's New Republic era, so it should take place after the original trilogy.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
So
That's right.
and I do think that's maybe one of the things that excites me about it, because we've had how many shows that are New Republic at this point, right? Like Ahsoka and Boba Fett and Mandalorian and Resistance, and I don't know that any of them have bridged the gap between the two trilogies in the way that needs to be done. And so maybe this series could do some of that legwork. We could see how the First Order came to be and how it could fill in some of the gaps and, in the world building, kind of the way the Clone Wars series did for the prequels, and maybe that'll, I don't know, help people, understand the sequels better or something.
Yeah.
So, or maybe it'll just like forget all that and do its own thing, like all the other 4 shows I mentioned did. So we'll see.
Yeah. Let's see. Storm says, I just think they knew a grab for younger generations to pull them in. My goddaughter and her boyfriend always want one, but they feel like they have to know full history, including the cartoons. Yeah, like the Clone Wars and all that stuff, I'm guessing there. The next one is, I think this is going to be the last one. Andor, Season 2. Says the highly anticipated sequel to Andor will now be released in 2025. Yeah, because I think it was supposed to come out this year, but pushed it. Andor season 1, it's a slow burn, but it's actually really good. So I did like Andor. I liked Rogue One. So I'm excited for a season 2. And now we know it's coming out next year. But let's throw this to Alex. What are your thoughts on another season of Andor?
It's been my favorite Star Wars show on Disney, and he's a fellow Mexican, so I have to
Fellow Mexican,
love him.
yeah.
No, I am super excited for this one. Like, I love season 1. It's a slow burn, yeah, but it's pretty good. Like, I think they finally catch that magic from A New Hope and managed to translate it to this new Disney era. That's pretty cool. I think it's good for fans that are not really into any of the Clone Wars stuff and all of that. I think this is the show for like older generations who couldn't get into the prequels and all that stuff. So I am excited. I think it really takes care of a part of Star Wars that we haven't really paid attention to since Return of the Jedi. So I am dying to see it. Like, I really want to know what they're gonna do with it. Yeah.
Right. Although we know his fate, but yeah, it's the process of
but the whole thing, like, how is he gonna get there? Like, he turns from being this guy who really doesn't care about anyone to being a part of the rebellion, and it's interesting. Like, I think it's a good story, even when you know that he's gonna die.
Yeah, like watching the Titanic, right? The movie.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like that.
How about you, Dan?
Yeah, I love season 1. I just love the serious take on the whole franchise, and also like how the Empire operates. I think Andor showed it best, and you had some amazing performances in the first season, like Andy Serkis killed it, and Diego Luna too, of course, and definitely deserves a season 2, and I'm hyped.
Yeah, when I saw Andy Serkis and they're like, are they trying to say this is Snoke? When he's just in there, I was like, nah, that's not it. But I just thought about that for like a split second. Aaron, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I liked Andor season 1, but I don't think it was my favorite. I actually think it I probably should watch it again because I think it just has too many characters for me to get emotionally attached to any of them. I think the part that was the best was the prison, like the 4-episode prison arc, and that's because it was small and concentrated, and I really cared about all those characters. They took the time to develop every one of those characters, and then I think once it got outside that, I couldn't hardly keep track of anybody. It was almost like too many characters, right? I'll also sort of respectfully disagree with Alex that it captured the magic of A New Hope. I thought that was one of its shortcomings, that it didn't. I sort of feel like Andor they sat down and said, what would Star Wars look like without the fun? Which to me is a critical element of Star Wars, is that it's kind of fun, And this is a serious take, and that's cool, but I wouldn't say that it captures the magic of Episode 4 because it's missing a critical element. But I'm hoping season 2 will develop the characters in a way that I like more, and can we'll see. It wasn't my favorite, but I also I didn't hate it, so I'm curious to see where it goes.
Well, that's a win that you don't hate it. So
there you go. Yeah, right. I know, for a Star Wars fan, that's a win, right?
Yeah.
You're right. It doesn't have the fun. It doesn't have the fun. But I like the darkness,
and that's cool.
Yeah. But you're right. I can't argue with that. It's super dark.
Definitely, definitely. Yeah. Mr. Crusoe saying Andor was really good. So so there's I don't think it did well as far as viewership, but it is really good. Obviously, it did well enough that they're doing a season 2. So that's Andor season 2 next year, unless they push it again, which it is a possibility. All right, so the next one that I'm going to do here, so I just waited until we already talked about all the projects. And I mentioned that there's some Mandalorian talk. So I do this game that's called Buy, Rent, or Destroy when it comes to a movie, TV show, whatever. So you either choose Buy, Rent, or Destroy. You buy, that means that you're going to buy this particular project that is your favorite one, and you can, have it forever or whatever the case. Rent is one that you could watch once every 5 years, and then destroy means you're going to destroy um, this particular project. Usually I connected with something that is connected to something else, but because this particular buy, rent, or destroy segment is all Mandalorian, so that wouldn't work. But let me present the first one. So obviously I'm going to show you guys season 1 of Mandalorian, season 2 of Mandalorian, and season 3 of Mandalorian. So I'll go to you guys and ask you which one of these are you going to buy, rent, or destroy. And let me just go to the live chat real quick here. I think I see one right there. Hold on a second. David, let me just. Okay, there you go. They were saying I haven't seen Andor, but I will check it out. Yeah, so definitely. Hold on a second. Hold on a moment.
Beyond pet food. Your pet, your world.
Okay, there was something playing in the background. I don't know what that was. I think it's gone now. All right, so let's start with Mr. Aaron.
Yeah.
So, and I think I know the answer to this question, but just very quickly here, which one of these seasons of Mandalorian are you going to buy, rent, or destroy?
This might be a little different than you might think. I'm actually
Okay.
gonna buy season 2.
Okay.
I'll buy season 2. I'll rent 1 and destroy 3.
All right, so there you go. And then how about you, Dan?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna do it in the order they came out. So I'm gonna buy season 1, then rent season 2, and destroy season 3.
Okay. How
Yeah,
about you,
seeing.
Alex? Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead, Dan.
I was just gonna say, like, there's definitely more stuff happening in season 2, especially the last episode. But I think, like, season 1, the tone was a little bit more serious, and yeah, just the introduction was pretty badass first episode. So yeah.
Okay. How about you, Alex?
Buy season 2, rent season 1, destroy season 3.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. For me,
Easy.
buy right. Buy season 2 for me, rent season 1, and of course destroy season 3. So like I said, pretty easy, right? So
Yeah.
that was just like a little warm up for some other ones that we're gonna do a little later. Darren Wardle says buy season 1, rent season 3, destroy season 2. Oh wow, okay. They were Sally saying buy season 1, rent season 2, destroy season 3. My sister Alice is dropping by. Hello, everyone. Hello there, Alice. Thank you so much for being here. Alice is back here in the stream, in the live chat. All right. So yeah, so that was fast, which is kind of what I thought. All right. So now let's move on to. Okay, so we're gonna move into the figures section here, and I know that Aaron, I know you don't collect figures, but like I mentioned backstage, you can talk about the character, things like that. You can just talk about what's going on with the figure itself. And then Alex, I know you used to collect these figures.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you have some thoughts on these here. But because of May the 4th, Hot Toys did... Okay, why is this doing this? Hold on a second, guys.
No worries. I'll be back in 10 seconds.
Okay, hold on a second.
Won't take
guys.
long.
Beyond pet food. Your pet, your world.
Hold on. Yeah, I think it's an ad that keeps playing over and over again. Let me
I was gonna
just...
say, are you
mute
still
it.
getting ads? Is that what's going on?
There you go. Okay, I just muted it here. Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So I just muted it because I think that's what's going on there. All right. So let's. Okay, there's a couple comments in there that just popped up here. Just saying hi to Alice there. Okay. All right. So let's begin with the first one here. So Hot Toys announced Darth Maul, the 2.0 1/6 scale figure, and there's several of Darth Maul Hot Toys figures out there already, right? The first one, the original one that came out several years ago, and then they have the Clone Wars, and I think there's a solo one as well. Since I started collecting maybe like a year ago or so, I wanted this Darth Maul, but I was gonna wait because I knew that the 25th anniversary was coming up, so I decided to wait. And sure enough, they announced Darth Maul I think it was Thursday, I believe. So this is the new version of Darth Maul hot toy figure. So we have here. Hold on a second here. Hold on a second. Okay, so I have this movie figure file, as I call it, on my Figures Talk shows and things like that, where I just give you a little bit of information of where this figure is coming from, right? So obviously we all know this is from Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, release date May 19th, 1999. Lucasfilm, I give you some information about how it was received critically and then the audience. Rotten Tomato score, 52% of the critics gave it a positive review out of 237 reviews, and 59% of the audience gave it a positive review out of 250,000 submissions. The worldwide box office of this was a little over $1 billion, so that's pretty good. That's pretty good, and
especially for the time.
Right, exactly, especially for that. And now, if you're interested in this, I always use Sideshow as the source. There, I'm not sponsored by them. I always say that, but. So if you're interested in this particular version, which I guess you can call it the standard version, it's $285, expected to ship between April and September of 2025. Now, if you want the Darth Maul with the Sith speeder, that's $405, expected to ship between April and September of 2025. So let's start with Mr. Dan, since I know you are actively collecting like myself. What are your thoughts on this Darth Maul Hot Toys figure 2.0?
Yeah, it's definitely an amazing 2.0. They massively improved on the head sculpt. Now it actually looks like Ray Park. And yeah, I think with the speeder, it's a good deluxe version. But for me, it's gonna be a pass because I have the second Sideshow version. Don't know if you can see it. I think yeah, he's right there.
Let me full screen you, see if we can see it.
Yeah, there you can see him.
Oh, I kind of see it there. Yeah, yeah, I see it there.
And yeah, this one from Sideshow has a pretty good head sculpt, and for me, it's good enough that I don't feel that I need to upgrade to the Hot Toys one. So okay, yeah, just gonna keep that one.
And I know you say that you really like the Sideshow version that you have, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I had to pick this one up because I was waiting for this, and I know I was talking to my brother about it like a year ago or several months ago. I was talking about maybe I would get the Clone Wars one just so that I would have one, but I was like, no, I'm gonna wait because I want the Phantom Menace version. And if you're trying to buy the, in the second market, it's like really expensive, so that's why I wasn't trying to do that either. But let's go to Mr. Alex. What are your thoughts?
I think I had the previous version, the first DX that came out.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I had it. And this is a big upgrade with the head sculpt. It's better. The body looks a bit slimmer. Besides that, I think it's the exact same figure, but just by the head sculpt itself. And the second head sculpt is better than the other one we had that had like that weird face. So I like it, and I think anybody who didn't get the previous version and really want a Darth Maul, they should pick this one up. Like this truly looks like Ray Park.
Yeah, it really does.
I love it. I would have it next to my Darth Maul lightsaber, but I don't want to buy more Hot Toys. So
right.
Yeah. But I love it.
There's a two newly developed head sculpts with separate rolling eyeballs, which is something that they've been doing lately, right? It's kind of like expected now to have the eyeball function there. There's one that there's a picture here that compares, I think, the old one and this new version. I'm trying to find that photo. Any other thoughts on this, Alex, before I move on to Mr. Aaron?
They're different, like, because I heard people saying that they weren't that different. They are. Like, if you see it here, like, you can, like, it's completely different. That second head sculpt, I never liked the one from the first one. Like, he never makes that face, never. The second one he does. Like, it's so cool before he kills Qui-Gon. So yeah, people should pick this one up. I think it's gonna go fast, I think.
Yeah, I'm glad I waited for this one here, but yeah. How about you, Mr. Aaron? Just in general thoughts of the aesthetic of the figure and then the character itself.
I mean, just This is the first I'm seeing of it, but based on the pictures, it's cool as hell.
Yeah. Let's see here.
That's all I have to add, honestly. It looks
No,
really
yeah.
awesome. Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, I kind of figured. Like I said, you're not collecting these, so I understand
No.
that. Let me see here.
But
And
it's
then,
an amazing piece. You know, like they both
yeah.
said, it's the likeness is incredible. It does look exactly like him.
yeah,
Like some of these photos of the toy, you would swear they were like production stills or something.
right.
It's incredible. It's wow.
And there was because there's a DARKSIDE line right now as well. So they have the so this one's considered the Phantom Menace, because at first I thought there was going to be the DARKSIDE line, but then I saw the logo, 25th anniversary Phantom Menace, which would make sense, right? But it could have been the DARKSIDE line. And so I saw that little logo there. Let me look at the chat here. Where'd you get that? It says awesome MAUL. So yes, definitely agree with that. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. And let me just minimize this real quick here. Okay, so the next one that was talked about this week was this. So Luke Skywalker, Dark Empire. So this is if Luke was seduced completely by the dark side, right? So this is part of the Legends. I don't know what they call it, line, I guess, right? And it's still part of the dark side line. So this was interesting there. I mean, I didn't read the comic, right? So this comes from the Dark Empire comic, published between December 91 to November of 95, publisher Dark Horse Comics, written by Tom, probably got trouble pronouncing the last name of Veitch, and art by Cam Kennedy and Jim Balky. And if you're interested in buying this, if you want the standard, the sculpted hair, it's $280, expected to ship between April and September of 2025. If you were interested in, well, actually, I don't think you can get this on Sideshow anymore. I think it's sold out already, but the artisan rooted hair version, $430, expected to ship between April and September of 2025. So let's throw this to Mr. Dan, the Bat Fan. What were your thoughts on this initial announcement?
Yeah, I mean, a rooted hair Luke is a really nice idea from Hot Toys, but yeah, don't have the connection with the comic, and yeah, I would have preferred an improved farm boy Luke with rooted hair, because that's my favorite look for the character. And yeah, I mean, it looks cool, but pass for me personally.
Yeah, so I mean, this parts that he looks like that other actor from I forgot the kid's name. It's in one of those like Nickelodeon shows or Disney shows. I forgot the twins, Dylan and some other guy. Kind of looks like him sometimes instead of Mark Hamill. But I mean, I think this looks cool. I like the whole Darth Vader thing. Like I said, I'm not familiar with the comic, and I kind of want to read the comic. Now, I know, Aaron, I know you've read some of the expanded Star Wars stuff. Did you read this?
I did, but back then, and haven't since.
Oh,
so
okay.
I should probably revisit it. But it was a big deal when it came out. Dark Empire was like, they built a whole like event around it. And it's, you know what I mean? Like I said, the Star Wars fandom was much smaller back then, but like for the people who were in it, Dark Empire was a big deal. Yeah.
And it was canon.
It was, yeah. Sure. It was all kind of like soft back then, yeah.
It was also inspiration for Episode 9 with Palpatine coming back.
It's true. Yep, it was.
Oh, okay. Let me see here. So you said that it was canon. So what was it that made it not canon? Was it when Disney came in there? Or
when Disney bought it. When Disney bought it, they all the comics, all the books, everything went from being canon to not being canon.
So yes and no. I mean, definitely, Disney said hard, this is not canon anymore. Yeah. But I know when there was stuff that the prequels contradicted.
Yeah.
And at the time, Lucasfilm said, well, there's two tiers of canon. There's like George Lucas canon, and then there's sort of not so canon, but it's still canon. But it's if George Lucas contradicts it, he can because it's his thing. You know what I mean? So but
I think this and the Thrawn trilogy were
didn't
always
have any
like,
contradictions.
yeah,
So it was Disney kind of getting saying this is Legends.
Yeah, but there are a ton of stories there that is like, makes no sense. But this was cool. Like I never understood why they decided to go. I haven't read it in a while, also, but I never understood why they decided to go with the Vader pants. Like it's like, so if you are a dark side user, you need to wear Vader pants, and why?
And the crotch piece.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me see here. So again, this is just from the Legends line or Dark Side line or whatever the case, and I don't know if they're just going to start doing more of those moving forward, right? But
it's cool if they do. It's pretty awesome. Like there are a ton of cool characters there.
Yeah, because it kind of opens the different world of all these potential, Dark Side or whatever legend figures, right? And then you mentioned something that if it contradicts with the prequels, and George Lucas will say it's kind of canon, kind of not. Is that when they would have like there's a label like G for George? I'm guessing that's when
Correct,
it was like
it was the G canon was what they called George Lucas's stuff.
Oh, okay, that's what that was. I thought I remember hearing about that.
Yeah, it was the same thing when the Clone Wars series came out, and it contradicted a whole bunch of Clone Wars media, right? When the Dave Filoni series came out, and it contradicted. They had books and comics, and it contradicted all that stuff. But they said, well, the Filoni series is G canon, and this other stuff is not so canon.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think this figure looks cool. To be perfectly honest with you, like I said, I don't know much about the comic. Obviously, I haven't read it, but I thought it looks cool. I like Sith, Dark Side stuff. It's something different, right? It's from Legends, so I did end up picking this up, just FYI. But I think it looks cool. But I can understand, it's not canon. It's not OT. It's not even sequels, so trilogies. So I can understand that. But
that's what makes it cool. It's something different. Like they rarely go into this kind of stuff. So this is a very special look. Like I don't think they're ever going to re-release this. This is one of those figures that it's going to be one, and that's it.
And mainly because of the strikes, right? Because they don't have that much. A lot of things were pushed. A lot of projects were pushed out of like 2024, and there's not as much, film projects to pull from, right? So I think that's where they're doing all these 2.0s. Now they're doing this Legends, Star Wars stuff. So I think all you guys got a chance to talk about this, right? Okay, so let's move on to this. Now, I'm a fan of stormtroopers. Like, I really do like stormtroopers. They suck at shooting, right? But I like the aesthetic. I like the look. I've always liked them. And this is the Shadow Trooper, and I believe this is a reissue or 2.0, if I'm not mistaken, something to that effect.
They made one like in 2015.
Okay, and I mean, it looks cool. I didn't actually pick this one up, but I was tempted. But let's start to you, Mr. Alex. What were your thoughts on this figure?
I love it. I had the first one, and I always like. I have an obsession with troopers. So if I were still collecting, I would buy it. This is pretty cool. Like Shadow Troopers look awesome. It's like Dark Troopers to me. Like they have this awesome look, and you need it.
Yeah, and I like the original look, right, from the Stormtroopers, not the First Order. Although those look fine too. I mean, I like those too, but I prefer the OT Stormtroopers. And then they're black. The backdrop that comes with this, the red, the Imperial backdrop, that looks really cool, and it lights up. I mean, it uses batteries, so I know that's not really ideal, but I'm tempted. I'm still kind of tempted, to be honest with you.
You should pick it up.
Yeah, so I guess I'll let you know if I do. And there's a little bit of weathering going on here too, so I kind of like that.
That I don't like.
Oh, you don't like that?
Yeah, the weathering, I don't like it.
I like it.
I don't know. Like these are supposed to be like special elite troops, and the fact that they're dirty, like that's something that I don't.
I see. Okay. So these are better at shooting then, right? At aiming.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Dan, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I really like the backdrop with the red lights, and of course the trooper looks cool too. I also don't like the dirt on the helmet. It looks like you've been on Tatooine. I don't know, doesn't quite work for me. And yeah, I'm still tempted on the other Stormtrooper with the backdrop, the regular white one. But yeah, I'm focusing on movie figures, and this one didn't appear, so I'm passing on this one. But looks pretty cool, must say.
Okay. And how about you, Aaron?
Yeah, I agree with you that Stormtroopers are iconic and they're cool. Like, they're one of the things out of Star Wars that are just cool, and they're just there for the sake of being cool. And I agree with Alex that any kind of Dark Trooper, any of the black, suited Stormtroopers are just the coolest. They're just slick. They just look so good. Yeah, so this is really cool.
So I did pick up this. I guess they're kind of calling it the what's called Death Star. What's it called? Death Star Environment with the backdrop. Even though it's from Return of the Jedi, basically, right? So I did pick 2 of these because I didn't have an OT look Stormtrooper. So I did that, and that's why I'm like, maybe I should get this black one too, but I don't know. So yeah, so that was it here for this one. Let's look at the live chat real quick here, and then let's see what's next. They were saying Dylan and Cole. Oh, from the Luke. The head sculpt looks kind of like Dylan and Cole. Yeah, I totally see that. I would love this one, says Darren Wardle. Elite troops should look shiny. Okay, yeah, so that's what you guys were saying there. All right, so we got that, and let me see what's next here. Oh, this right here. This is I don't know if it was an error or it's fake. I don't know, but apparently somebody screenshotted this on Sideshow, the General Grievous coming soon 6-scale figure, and now there's all over 6-scale community that they might be making a Hot Toys General Grievous. I have the Sideshow version, and it's kind of a disaster to have him standing. I mean, he looks cool, but it's like if I even move it a little bit, and then he has like all these parts that just fall apart. And but I do have it, so it looks cool. But if they were to announce this, I don't know, I would maybe consider picking this one up. But what are your thoughts if they were to if this was real? Dan, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, I have the Sideshow General Grievous. I don't know if you can see it again. He's right there.
Let me full screen you again.
Yeah, right there.
Oh yeah, I see it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a nightmare to pose. The joints are so loose, and yeah, mine also came with a missing antenna, or the thing that comes to his mouth on the side. One of those was broken. So that always bugged me about the figures. So I'm tempted to pick up a Hot Toys version. I was also thinking maybe they include a Clone Wars head sculpt, because in the Clone Wars, his head looks a little bit different. So I could have 2 looks for him. That would be cool too. But yeah, I would pick a Hot Toys version up for sure.
Okay. How about you, Alex? Just your quick thoughts on a potential Grievous Hot Toy.
I have the first edition from Sideshow, which is the same that you guys have. They didn't change anything. It was awful. Yeah. You couldn't post it. It was a very, very bad figure. It looks cool, but it's not good. And I think if Hot Toys make one, it's gonna be better. But it's also gonna be I think that it would be $550 if they make it.
No.
I think it will be, because it's like an Iron Man. And they have to do you have to do so many things on that figure that I think it's worth it. It's $450, $500. I think it's completely worth it. I think it's if they make a good job. Yeah.
Okay.
I think 400 maybe.
I think it would be more, because the tall figure, it has a lot of articulation. It has to be I think at least I would say 500. At least, if they make it scaled properly too. But I don't know. I'm not into Hot Toys anymore, so if you guys buy it, be happy with it.
All right, I'll let you know what the price is if they do actually announce it.
I'm probably well. No, I always look. I don't buy them, but I'm always looking.
Oh, okay. Any thoughts, maybe just the character itself, Aaron, of General Grievous, a figure like this?
No, nothing to add.
Okay.
He's cool looking.
Yeah.
He looks awesome on Dan's show, So
Yeah.
yeah.
If you can pose him right.
If you can pose him right, yeah, exactly.
Okay, I'm just gonna go very quickly on these because they announced these last week. Darth Revan, from Legends,
I don't want to
awesome. And then we have the Star Killer, Lord Star Killer from the game. Oh, actually, Darth Revan's from the game, right? From
Knights of the Old Republic.
Knights of the Old Republic. Yeah. And I mean, I'm not familiar with, especially Darth Revan. I think he looks really cool, but I didn't really play the game. And the Force Unleashed, I remember I bought it and I played it, but I didn't finish it. And I definitely didn't get to this look here. But what are your just very quick thoughts on if you know the lore of this, Aaron, of Darth Revan and Starkiller? What are your quick thoughts on the character?
So Revan was in Knights of the Old Republic, and actually could have been a male or female depending on how you play the game.
Was. Yeah.
Right. And I think that they did. Well, I know they've had Revan novels, but I think they did comics and books too that, in Legends, made him a man, right? So, but yeah, I don't know. I played the games. I loved the games back when they first came out. But yeah, my playthrough was as a woman. So when I started seeing all this Revan stuff come out and it was a dude, I was like, yeah, but my Revan was a woman. So, yeah.
Okay.
So.
How about you, Dan?
Yeah, I haven't played Knights of the Old Republic, so I must admit that I don't know the character, but really unique design for sure, especially with the purple lightsaber too. But yeah, don't have a connection, so pass for me.
Yeah, because I talked about this last week in my Figures Talk show, but Alex, any other thoughts or any thoughts on this Darth Revan?
It's a great character. I think it was one of the greatest reveals in a game, like in the Star Wars universe at the end of that game, when you realize that, well, I don't want to spoil it for anyone. It's been 20 years, but
right.
But can I say what happens, or do you guys want to play it?
I'm not gonna play it, but I'm just
okay. So your main character, the character that you're playing with, turns out to be Darth Revan at the end. So it's pretty interesting. It's pretty cool. So I think it's a great character. Like I was saying about the Dark Empire look, like it's one of those characters that they're not gonna make again. So if you can buy it, like if you're really into that Star Wars lore, it's pretty cool. The same with Starkiller. It's a really interesting character, which sucks that it's not canon, to be honest, because it was kind of cool. Like they overpower him at the end of the game, like it was a bit too much, but still pretty cool, interesting character. And the designs are awesome. Like even if you're not into the character itself, like the design of these two characters is pretty impressive.
Do you think they'll make him canon?
Darth Revan or Starkiller?
Darth Revan.
Darth Revan, I think they can. I think it's possible that they do it. If they go to the Old Republic and all that stuff, I think they can. They can make him canon.
Probably a matter of time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Starkiller, I don't think so.
Because I was debating if I should pick this guy up because, like, well, I don't know much about him. I researched a little bit of the character, right? But I was thinking, like, I don't, like you said, or one of you guys said that, some of these, legend characters, they may or may not, do again. And I was like, well, maybe I should get it based on that. I mean, like I said, the character looks cool. It definitely looks cool. These two lightsabers and just the aesthetic of it looks amazing. And I was like, what if they actually bring him into canon? And he's like a total badass and all this. And I really like the character. And then I missed out on this figure, So I was thinking about that. But
you should pick it up because I think, like, if they bring him back, they're gonna change the design of the character for sure. Like Disney is gonna change it completely. So,
okay.
If you pick this one up, you're picking up the original, and I think it has more. It's more iconic. It's like picking the Vader from A New Hope. It's more iconic than the other because it was the first one.
I see. And then did I already ask you, Aaron, about this? I did, right? Okay. And then Dan, did you get a chance to talk about Darth Revan?
Yep.
Okay. All right. And then just very quickly, Star Killer, just any of you guys, if you have any thoughts on Star Killer, this particular figure, the character overall.
I mean, I played the hell out of this game, but I never played the DLC version because I think that's where he has that look. Or it was also like when you have the bad ending at the end, like you see Palpatine torturing him, and then he has that look too. But yeah, with this guy, it's tempting, but it's a lot of pleather on the suit. And yeah, I think the deterioration on this one could be bad, and don't want to risk it. And yeah, that's why I'm thinking of passing on this one. But I do love the game and the character.
Okay. All right. So, any other thoughts or any thoughts from any of you guys regarding Star Killer before I move on to the next segment here? Okay. All right, so I'm gonna do this just like the buy, rent, or destroy. I'm gonna do this with figures, right? So I do keep, gift, or destroy. Keep, you're keeping this figure. It is your figure. Gift, that means you can gift it to someone outside your household. Or destroy, meaning you destroy this particular figure. In this case, you will connect it to other sources, like all the legends in this case, right? Or in this case, Darth Maul, the prequels, and then the next one, Darth Revan. Any I guess it'll still be legends, right? I guess. So I'll just ask you guys, which one would you buy, gift, or destroy of these three figures? I'll start with the people who are not really collecting first, just based on the character themselves. So let's start with Mr. Aaron. Would you keep, gift, or destroy this Luke, or Darth Maul, or Darth Revan?
I'd probably keep the Darth Maul, and then I'd probably gift the Revan and destroy the Luke.
Okay, so DARKSIDE Luke is destroyed. All right, and then how about you, Dan?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep the Maul too. Then I'm gifting the Luke, and then destroying Darth Revan.
All right, and then Alex.
Can we bring Star Killer to the game?
You want to bring him in there? Actually, you know what? I don't have a picture for him.
Okay, it's okay. So I would keep Darth Revan.
Okay.
Gift Maul and destroy Luke.
Damn, another destroying DARKSIDE Luke.
They're gonna make 100 more Lukes. Like,
They already made 100.
yeah, they're gonna make 100 more, and same with Darth Maul. They know that sells. So Darth Revan, not many.
We have Darren Waters saying, keep Darth Maul, gift Revan, destroy Luke. They were saying destroy Luke. No. So, all right. So that was the I think all you guys went already. That was pretty quick. So okay, another very quick one here. Oh wait, I didn't do it?
No.
Oh, okay. Okay, let me go. I'm going to keep Darth Maul. I'll gift. Actually, no, yeah, I'll gift Luke, and then I'll have to destroy Darth Revan because, like I said, I don't really know much about him, but that's what I would do there. Mr. Cruz is saying keep Maul, gift Luke, destroy Revan. Yeah, like what I just did right now too. So, all right. So the next one here, there's another buy, rent, or destroy trilogies. Prequel, original, sequel. Alex, what would you do?
Super easy. Buy original trilogy, rent prequels, destroy sequels.
Right. Dan.
Yeah, I would have to agree. For me, buy original trilogy, then went to prequels and destroy the sequels.
Okay. Yeah. Aaron, any difference?
No, I'll do the same.
Yeah,
I think I like the sequels more than most, but yeah.
I knew this wouldn't take that long. So Mr. Kuso says buy original, rent prequels, destroy sequels. Darren Wardle, buy original, rent prequels, destroy sequels. Okay, same thing, same exact response. And for me, I will buy the sequels. Just kidding. I'm going to buy the original. I'm going to rent the prequels, and yes, I will destroy the sequels. So that was pretty easy, right?
Wow, we all agreed.
We did, and the chat as well.
Yeah.
Well, there's another one in here. Let's see if they just changed the streak here. They were said buy original, rent prequel, destroy sequel. Okay, so same situation. Okay, all right. Let me just make sure that we have everything covered here. Okay, so we did the buy, rent, or destroy, the keep, gift, or destroy. I have another comment here. Alice says, I watched The Phantom Menace yesterday. Yeah, so I went with, Alice went with me. And a group of other people, we watched Phantom Menace last night. And then when I first saw The Phantom Menace, it was with Alice. So I could see Alice with her 25 years ago. So there you go. It says, yay, Alice, is Debbie Rostelli. All right, so let's see. So let's move on to... Oh, you know what? I think we're going to get to the game that I told you guys, but the trivia game, where you guys get to be, with your knowledge, your Star Wars knowledge, you guys can help the viewers unlock this Star Wars Outlaws game, PS5, physical copy, US only. So if you guys win this trivia game, you will unlock it. And chances for you guys. Hopefully this is good. Hopefully it's not a crappy ass game, and it's like no one wants it. But but I'm sure you guys are gonna win this. But let's still try this real quick here. Tom Layton says, buy prequel, rent original, destroy sequel. Okay, destroying the streak. So there you go. All right, but there you go. So thanks for that there, Tom. Okay, so let's begin here. So you guys ready? So let's see, how can we do this? So I think that you guys can just, if you know the answer, just say it. I don't really know what other way that you guys can really, like, because there's no buzzer or anything. So
we can raise our hands.
Okay, all right, let's do that. Let's see. Alice says, Geo and Pals, what is your preferred watching order? Well, I would say that there's only one watching order, right? So original, prequel, and sequel. I mean that's where you would agree, right, guys?
Yeah.
Unless
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I go
so
4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's the way to watch it. That's the way they were released. You know, that's just the way it's set up. When people ask me, how do you watch, which order should you watch the Star Wars? I always say watch this order. So we have Mr. Figurecraft Philly saying happy Saturday and May the 4th all. Just stopping by and saying hello. Thank you so much, Mr. Philly, for dropping by. Greatly appreciate it.
4th be with you.
Yes, and may the 4th and may the Force be with you. The fans have spoken. What does that say? Disney? Oh, you're saying Disney. Different spelling there. The fans have spoken, Disney. All right, so there we go. Okay, so now let's. So you guys raise your hand, and then we'll do that. That works there perfectly fine. Which was a pretty easy resolution there, Alex. Thanks for that. Okay, so let's see. So it's going to be up to 10 questions. You guys have to answer at least 7 correct. Okay, so let's start with the very first question. Then hopefully you guys are able to unlock this. So here we go. So the first question is going to be around how old is Yoda when he trains Luke Skywalker in The Empire Strikes Back? Alex.
800 years old.
You saying 800?
Yeah. 800 and something. Yeah.
Okay. Now, do I go based on the answer that is given from the source?
Because I know in Return of the Jedi, he says when 900 old you are not good, not so good you will look, but he's not.
According to the site, it says 900 years old.
They're lying.
That's what it says. Let's see. Brick says, where is it? I just saw it right now. Oh, Brick says, I'm back. Says Brick Artemis. Thank you so much for coming back here, Mr. Brick. Let's see. 870 years old, says Storm.
I'm looking. Yoda is 896 years old in Empire Strikes Back, and 3 years passed between Empire and Return of the Jedi.
Okay. I'll give it to you. So there you go. There you go. All right. So next question here. Let's move on to the next one. Then again, you can raise your hand.
Defense.
What was Finn's stormtrooper code name in The Force Awakens? Aaron.
It's FN 2187.
Yes, you got it. 2 correct so far. The next one, question number 3, is what is Yoda's home planet? Dan.
Dagobah.
You said Dagobah?
You're probably referring to the race of them, right?
Well, the correct answer is he never reveals his home planet. So we don't know.
Okay.
So sorry, Dan. All right. So here we go. The next one will be question number 4. Would be, where is it? Oh, here it is. What species is Jar Jar Binks? Alex.
Gungan.
Yep, you got it. All right, next one. Question number 5. It is, what species is Darth Maul? Dan.
Zabrak.
What is it?
Zabrak.
How do you spell it? How do you spell it?
Z-A-B.
Okay, according to the site, it says Dathomirian. Does that sound right?
The home planet is Dathomir, but I think the
species with the horns is a Zabrak. Yeah.
Dan,
okay.
Dan's correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so we'll just get that one there.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Okay, next one. I hope I'm not getting wrong information from this fucking site.
Well, you have 3 people here who can help.
Okay. That is definitely true. Darren Waro says Dathomirian Sabra. Yeah. So, let's see here. The next one is, where is it? Oh, here it is. Okay, this should be easy as hell. Who issued Order 66 and Revenge of the Sith? Alex.
Darth Sidious.
Yep. Correct. So Palpatine. I would have taken Palpatine. Yeah. All right. Next one here. This is question number 7. We have, where is it? Okay. Where does Rey find Luke Skywalker at the end of The Force Awakens? Alex.
Act 2.
Yes, you got it.
I don't know how I remember that. I don't know.
All right. Next question. We have, where is it? Here we go. Who killed Jabba the Hutt in Return of the Jedi? Alex.
Leia.
Yes, you got it. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you guys got 7 right. Let me ask you the remaining 2, just because I'm curious just to see what you guys say here. Okay, the next one here. But you guys officially unlocked the giveaway. So you did unlock the Star Wars Outlaws video game coming in August. I'll give you guys more details in a couple months. So there you go. All right. So the next, just a couple more here, because I just want to see what you guys say here. Who witnessed Padme Amidala and Anakin Skywalker's marriage? Aaron.
R2D2 and C3PO.
Yes. Yep. You got it. And the
those
last
droids
one,
witnessed everything.
I know, right? That's
Everything.
true.
Everything.
They definitely did. Okay, and then the last one here is, how many languages can C3PO speak?
I think. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm guessing.
Dan.
Go for it, then.
Dan,
Is it 3 million?
what did you say?
3 million?
3?
Yeah.
It says 6 million.
Ah, so.
6 million. Yeah, but I mean, I just wanted to see what you guys would say there. But all right, so you guys unlocked it. So you unlocked the giveaway. Let's look at the live chat here. So we have Darren Wardle said FN2187 when that question was going on there. They were talked about the death of Miriam Sabrak. I don't know how to pronounce that, but execute order 66 says Darren, and then he's answering to Leia, or answering the question, which was Leia. And they were saying good job. So there you go. 2,000 languages during Wardle. Yeah, still a little off there, just a little off. So there you go, guys. So you guys got that. All right. So now I believe that is it for this one here. Okay. So I'm gonna do the giveaway, right? So thank you guys for watching live. Now, I put in a link in the chat. I don't know if you guys already did that or not. So go ahead and do that. Go to that video and comment that you're a subscriber or a follower. Because I'm going to go on a website and it's going to randomly select a winner that way. So make sure that you guys do that. Hold on a second for me. Okay, I'm gonna go to, while we do that, we'll get that prepared. Alex, is there any anything you want to, I don't know, talk about when related to Force Awakens, or not Force Awakens, just Star Wars in general? It's for Star Wars Day.
I don't know, man. It's just something that I love with all my heart, so I want people to enjoy it. If people haven't got into Star Wars, give it a try. It's a fantastic universe, and it really, like, even when we hate on it, it's something that we love so much. Like, the fans love it so much that it brings us together. It's so cool. Like, I've met so many cool people like you because of Star Wars, and I love it, man. And it has been, in every difficult moment of my life, it has been something that has helped me to feel better. And yeah, I just want people to love it and celebrate it and never forget about it. Yeah.
Okay, well, that was very nice, Alex. Thank you so much for that. How about you, Dan?
Yeah, happy May the 4th again. Yeah, for me it's also a franchise where I just love to go and relax and get to see new stories and characters. And yeah, I was also gonna say I watched Tales of the Empire today, the new series or mini-series, 6 quick episodes, but quite enjoyed it. And
I need to watch it. I was trying to see if I can watch it before the stream, but I didn't have any time at all to do it.
I watched it before the stream.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I watched it before the stream. Like,
you did?
I finished 5 minutes before the stream. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What did you think of it?
You don't want me to.
Wow.
I wasn't a fan. I think it was disappointing compared to what we had last year with Tales of the Jedi. I think this wasn't Tales of the Empire at all. It was more the tale of 2 characters.
I can see that.
Okay.
But it wasn't awful. I'll just say that it was marketing tricked us.
A little bit.
Yeah.
But there's the other one. Was it Tales of the Jedi, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So did you guys watch that?
Yeah, I love that.
I did. I haven't seen Empire yet, but I watched Tales of the Jedi. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Tales of the Jedi is fantastic. Like, this one, not so much.
Okay. All right. Then how about you, Aaron?
About Star Wars in general?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So I guess maybe my parting thoughts are, I know there are a lot of people that are kind of like down on Star Wars post Disney purchase, but the thing I'll say that is good about that is that we get lots of Star Wars now. I remember growing up, we had the 3 movies, and you'd get a book every once in a while, and that was it. And now we're talking about like, hey, did you see the Star Wars that just dropped? And there's another coming in a couple months. And I think that that's a net positive, right? I think we gained more than we lost, you know.
Sure.
And the thing I'll say about the fandom too, kind of building off of what Alex was saying, you know, I think the fandom gets a reputation for being negative, and I think it's just because Star Wars fans are the most passionate of any fans out there. So it's like when we love something, we love it just ravenously, and when we don't like something, we're very vocal about our disappointments. And I think it's just because we're more passionate than any other fandom out there. So
okay. Let's see here. Okay, so and then I mean for me, I mean it's like there's a lot of all these Star Wars movies are not great. Not all of them are. There's a lot of issues with many of these Star Wars movies, but I do always take things out that I did really enjoy. You know, like I think Aaron, you said you just like what do you call it? Are you just picking certain things that you liked from them?
Oh, cherry picking.
Cherry picking. There it is. Cherry picking, and I think that's very true with even the ones that are not good, right? And I just always was fascinated by the lore. You know, the story, you know, the lightsabers, things that I mean, I haven't seen before, and just Darth Vader. The first time I saw him, it was like, who's that guy? You know, it's kind of like, and it just takes you to this galaxy far, far away. I just had to do that. Sorry. Let's see in the comments here. Okay, so you guys got the link in there. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. Hopefully you guys commented on there. I'm going to randomly pick again. It's the unfinished C-3PO, Funko, and then there's the Luke one that you see here, and then I actually have the one I'm gonna send out right here. The Luke one is somewhere over there, but it's in a box, and I don't want to like grab the box right now. But let's see. Let's go into the little site here so I can pick who the winner is going to be. All right, so give me just a moment while I do that. Let's see. All right, so let me share the screen. Hopefully you guys can see it. Hopefully there's not a lot of ads on this one. Okay, so this is the actual site right here. Okay, so we got filter any duplicate ones. Okay, and go to comments. Oh, I have to do this again for. Okay, what's going on? Now it's not letting me do anything in there. Okay. All right, it's not letting me randomly choose one. I don't know why. But hold on a second, guys. Let's see if I do this. Okay, I don't know why it's not letting me do it. It's not letting me choose one. Let me just try one more time here. Okay, if anything, I'm just gonna have you guys do a trivia question thing to select it. Let's see. Then I have to do math problems over here. Okay, I don't know what's going on. It's not doing it. It's not doing it. Okay, so sorry guys. I'm gonna have to do trivia on you guys. Okay, so just like other ones that I've done before in the past, right? So I've done these trivia questions, and whoever submits this first will be the winner. Okay, so let me see here. There's some comments on here. Says good luck everyone. May the 4th be with you. Rogue One Darth Vader beast mode. He was listening to the music. You too, says they were selling. Okay, so let me ask you guys questions. So whoever submits the comment first, then you'll win the giveaway. There's 2, right? So I'm gonna do the most expensive one, the Luke, first. So this is for the Luke. All right, so here we go. So here's a question for you guys. Okay. On which planet do Anakin Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi duel in Revenge of the Sith? So write that answer in the chat. Whoever does that first will win the Luke Funko. And if you need me to read the question again, I'll do that. On which planet do Anakin Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi duel in Revenge of the Sith? What planet is that in? Do you guys know the answer without revealing it?
Of course.
Alex and Dan. Oh, there we go. Mustafar, that is the correct answer. Yes, Tom. So, Tom, if you are a subscriber or follower of the Movie Canon, then you are the winner. Hopefully, you have an address within the United States, because that's one of the requirements there. So, message me on Instagram at Movie Canon, so I can get your name and your U.S. address. So you have won the Luke Funkos. Second was Storm. Darren was third. And then saying congratulations, Storm and Mr. Kuso. All right. So the next one is the unfinished C-3PO Funko. So here's another question there. First one to get it will win. Okay, let's see here. What is Chewbacca's home planet? And then, Darren Waterson, my brain froze. Tom saying thank you. I never heard it. Says they were selling. Congratulations. Mr. Kuso, Kashyyyk. Yes, you got that. You got it, Mr. Kuso. Kashyyyk, that is correct. You're the first one to put that in there. So you won the unfinished C-3PO Funko. Message me again on Instagram. Darren Wardle was second, saying Kashyyyk. Storm third. Good luck to the rest, says Tom. All right, so thanks very much, everyone there, for being on here for this Star Wars Talk episode. Saying congratulations, says Storm there. All right, so we got our winners here, and let me see if there's anything else. I think that's pretty much it. So thank you guys, and I'm gonna have you guys, like I always do, plug whatever channels or projects that you guys have going on. Debbie says, bye, I am way behind. Enjoy Tom Brady roast. Okay. Thank you. All right, so let's go back here and let's start with Mr. Alex Montano. Let me share your page there. Okay, so Alex, I know you're not really that active on YouTube, although I still have you on your channel there. I know you're on Instagram and TikTok. But anything you want to talk about your channels and stuff like that, pages?
Well, if you guys like to see more Star Wars stuff or know more about filmmaking, it's in Spanish. My content's in Spanish, but it has captions in English. So if you guys want to check it out, you can really enjoy it. Yeah. That's it.
All right.
I keep posting their stuff in my collection and thoughts about filmmaking in general. So.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Alex, for being on here. You've been on my show a few times, and I'm always excited when you're on here. Very knowledgeable about everything in the movie space, Star Wars, of course. So I was like, as one of the first people that I asked if you wanted to be on this Star Wars talk show, I was like, I gotta have Alex on here. So
thank you
so much
bringing me. So it's always fun, and it's always cool to meet new friends here. It's always fun, man. I really enjoy it.
Yeah, thank you so much again there, Mr. Alex. Let's move on to Mr. Dan, the Bat fan. What do you have going on?
Yeah, I'm still working on a movie commentary on Batman 89. But I also bought one of those rotating bases, so I'm thinking about doing like figure reviews and also Star Wars, definitely. So that's what I'm trying to get into too. And yeah, that's about it for now.
Okay, and then you did with me, you did the ranking of the Nightmare on Elm Street.
That's the most recent video. That was a lot of fun with you ranking these movies.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So, and then, guys, if you're still watching here, I did drop the link of the YouTube channels of all my Canon Council, Alex, Dan, and Aaron. So the link is in the description, so you can go on there and subscribe to them, watch their content. Make sure to do that. Then let's go and move on to Mr. Aaron. So the YouTube channel that I'm showing here is the Stage of Fright Theater Co. So what did you want to talk about here?
Yeah, so that's a company that I co-own, and it's a theater company. We do plays and shows and stuff, and it's all Halloween themed. So we go to down here in Southern California, we have Halloween all year round. We actually just got done with this show you see here, the Spooky Swap Meet. This was like 2 weeks ago. So we do a variety show with a bunch of monsters, and it's just a lot of fun. We're also working on this show, Haunted. It's a sitcom, Halloween themed. So
okay.
So we're almost done with production on the pilot. So that should be coming out shortly.
Yeah, so Aaron, I should probably have you on my horror talk show because I do it like once a month around there. So I'll definitely hit you up to see if you want to be a guest.
Yeah,
on
definitely.
future one. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So I think that's pretty much it, guys. Let me see if there's any final ones in here, any chats in there. Let's see here. Just saying bye to Debbie. Mr. Kuso saying a really fun stream today. Thanks so much, Mr. Kuso. Again, go ahead and message me there. All right. So for me, I do these shows, the Met Report Saturdays, 12:35 p.m. Pacific time. And then I do my Figures Talk show Sunday nights, although tomorrow I'm not doing it because I have some a meeting up with some fellow collectors in SoCal, CaliCons, so I won't be doing a Figures Talk show tomorrow. Saturday, May 11th, I'll do a Met Report show. I don't think I'm going to do Figures Talk May 12th, which is Sunday, because it's Mother's Day, so I don't think I'm going to do that. So probably the next Figures Talk show will probably be May 19th. I might do a Figures Talk accessory episode after the Met Report on Saturday, May 11th, if there's something cool that drops this week. So I might just do that. But that's pretty much it for now for the next couple of weeks or so. For everyone in the live chat, thank you so much for watching this live. Really appreciate it. If you're watching the replay, same thing, of course. Really appreciate you guys watching this. Make sure to hit the like button because like I said, I tend to forget. And I usually ask when most of the people already left the stream. But if you could like this video, the streams, it does help with the algorithm and all that stuff. And then obviously if you're not a subscriber, go ahead and do that. Would greatly appreciate it. Mr. Alex, Aaron, Dan, thank you so very much for being on here. I appreciate your time. Greatly appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoy yourselves in this live stream. And I'm very excited. I was very excited to have you guys on here because you're all big Star Wars fans like myself, bigger than I am. So thanks so much for being on here. And that is it, everyone. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.